If your resume is getting rejected again and again and you don't understand why, then you have landed on the right video. The recruiter only gets 7 seconds to actually review your resume, but before that, it has to go through a system called ATS. And 90% of the companies are using AI to screen your resume in 2026. Recently, Stanford ने ना एक interesting study release करी थी, जिसमें उन्होंने ना 3.4 मिलियन लोगों की 4 मिलियन applications track करी कि कैसे उन्होंने jobs में apply किया था. And one of the findings was actually scary. अब most of the companies use the same 3 or 4 AI vendors, the application tracking system, through which these resumes get passed. But the shocking part is, if one of the company rejects your resume, all the other companies using the same vendor are going to do the same thing. Stanford calls this algorithmic monoculture. They found that if someone applies to 4 jobs, 10% of the people get rejected from everywhere. Now why are companies using AI this much? Because last कुछ time में ना जो जॉब एप्लीकेशन है फॉर एंट्री लेवल जॉब्स वो 3 से 4 टाइम्स ज्यादा बढ़ चुकी हैं. एंड अब कंपनीज के पास इतना टाइम भी नहीं होता कि वो एक्चुअली एक रेज्यूमे को जाके पढ़ें. एंड इवन बिफोर एंट्री लेवल जॉब्स के लिए कभी भी नहीं होता था. आई ऑल्सो फाउंड वन मोर स्टडी विच वॉज डन ऑन 125K resumes. There were a few key findings which I'll be talking about in this video. Also, I'll be talking about how you can make your resume ATS friendly. What are the mistakes that most people do? What are the things that you need to keep in mind whenever you are applying to any job? And also the solution for all these problems. Hi guys, I'm Nishant, Chahar. I used to work at Microsoft. Currently, I'm building my own startup. I sold my first startup. I've also trained more than 5,000 students to get a job, and a lot of them are working at Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and a lot of your dream companies. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to help you get your first job. Also, I've done podcasts with HRs from Google, Amazon, TCS, Microsoft, and I also have the learnings from these people. So this video is going to be very comprehensive, straight to the point, without any fluff. So without any further ado, let's start the video. The major key finding from the Stanford study was if you apply with the same resume without updating it, the chances of you getting rejected is very high. So one thing that we are going to do, one mistake that most people do is creating just a single resume and applying to all the jobs with the same resume. We will be changing that approach. Before we start talking about the problems, let's first talk about the key findings done by Austin. He did a research on 1.25 lakh or 125K plus resumes, and these are the 5 key findings. First one is including your LinkedIn profile in your resume gave a boost up to 48% in shortlisting and actually getting an interview. Second one is adding relevant skills and keywords actually boosts your chances of getting an interview. That we already know, but candidates only include 51% of the relevant skills. So there is a lot of scope to improve. Also, with a 60% match rate for hard skills and only 28% match for soft skills. That is also an interesting point. Third one is metrics and numbers are best practice for illustrating and selling a candidate's value. But only 23% of the resumes include at least 5 instances of measurable results, metrics or values, and 36% resumes had 0 instance of metrics. And adding metrics is one of the most important parts when you're creating a resume. And the last one is, one of the easiest way to lose your reader is by including too much fluff and too many irrelevant buzzwords. 51% of resumes included fluffy buzzwords, cliches, or the incorrect use of pronouns. सबसे important point from all these is you need to add your LinkedIn profile, and not just any random LinkedIn profile. There was also more about this. If you have just added your random LinkedIn profile which is not optimized, the chances of getting an interview will even decrease. So you need to optimize your LinkedIn profile as well to actually get interview calls. If you go to Reddit or any other platform, you will see one thing. People complain that whenever they apply to a bunch of roles, they get rejections in batches. Like some automated process is just running through their application. I recently saw on Twitter that someone added a prompt injection inside their resume in plain white text and asked the ATS to actually select this resume for whatever profile it is applied to, and people actually caught this. So just adding random buzzwords, making them white, or adding prompt injection is not going to get you a job. And it's not just you who's facing this problem, even companies are facing the same problem, because when they're using an ATS who is just qualifying leads on the basis of the match percentage with the keywords, 88% of the resumes which actually have done something important which matches with the job role, with the job descriptions, get rejected. So if AI is the problem, you need to figure out how the ATS actually works. What I did is I did a lot of research. I understood how ATS actually works so that you don't have to go through it and you don't have to make these mistakes which other people are making. So let me break it down what is going wrong with all the resumes that are getting rejected. So सबसे important पहले process समझते हैं. So whenever you submit a resume, the first step that happens is your resume gets passed. यहाँ पे exactly क्या होता है, अगर तुमने एक PDF सबमिट किया है, वर्ड फाइल सबमिट करी है ना, इसके अंदर के कॉन्टेक्ट को एक टेक्स्ट फाइल में कन्वर्ट किया जाता है. उसके बाद मैचिंग होती है, जो एक्चुअली जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन था उसके साथ तुम्हारा जो टेक्स्ट फाइल आई है, एंड वहां से तुम्हारा एक ATS स्कोर निकलता है. एंड अगर ये स्कोर एक मिनिमम थ्रेशोल्ड को क्लियर करता है, देन ओनली योर रेज्यूमे गेट सीन बाय अ ह्यूमन. एंड अगर ये यहीं पे फेल हो जाता है ना, तो तुम्हारा रेज्यूमे कभी HR तक पहुंचता ही नहीं है या हायरिंग मैनेजर तक जाता ही नहीं है. सो नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इन डिटेल. देयर आर 4 प्रॉब्लम्स दैट आई हैव फिगर्ड आउट. फर्स्ट वन इज यू आर सेंडिंग द सेम रेज्यूमे at all the places, even if there is a difference in the job description. And I have seen this problem with everyone. They just create one single resume and they apply with the same resume in all the places. Whether you are applying for a back-end role, front-end role, full-stack role, if you are applying for an AI role, you will just apply with the same damn resume and then expect that you will get a call. You're not going to get a call, bro. And this is not something that I'm saying. The Stanford study clearly states that if you apply with the same resume, if it gets rejected from one ATS system, there is a high probability that it is going to be rejected by other ATS systems as well. So if you are applying with the same resume to 100 jobs, if you get rejected by a single job, probably you are going to get rejected by the 99 remaining as well, until and unless an actual human goes through your resume and it gets picked up. I'll give you a simple example. If you are applying for a role which is a marketing manager role, अब दोनों के job description में there are 2 different keywords which are written, but both of them mean the same. For example, वहाँ पे लिखा है growth strategy and दूसरे वाले में brand strategy लिखा है. So दोनों का जो मतलब है ना, वो almost exactly same ही है. But the problem is the meaning is same, but the keywords are different. So if the ATS just looks at the keyword relevancy or the keyword match, this is going to fail. That's why you actually need to go through and check with the particular JD how much ATS score you are getting. So for this particular thing we have created HackATS. And बस इतना ही नहीं, 83% recruiter जो हैं वो definitely यही same चीज़ कहते हैं. उनको एक tailored resume for a particular job description ज़्यादा better लगता है rather than just sending the same resume everywhere. And this even increases your chance of getting a job. I'll show you the whole demo of HackATS and you can definitely try it out yourself as well. And तुम्हें manually ये काम फिर से नहीं करना पड़ेगा. The problem too is your resume doesn't match the job description. एक तो तुम same resume हर जगह डालते हो, plus you don't even check whether this resume is actually matching with your job description that you are applying for or not. I've seen so many people, I've seen so many students who apply with the same resume. For example, you are applying for a AI/ML role. There are no AI/ML projects in your resume. You are applying for a back-end role, but you have not done a single back-end project. You have not added a single skill which is related to back-end, and you then expect that you will get a job. When I was hiring for Tayari, we got around 5,000 resumes. I think 4,752 to be exact. I created a video on that as well. And one of the biggest problem there was no one actually read their own resume. They had added paragraphs which did not mean anything. And it was so hard to go through these resumes. The most important part when you are sending out a resume is that the other person should be able to actually read it and understand it, comprehend it, and select you for the interview. And that is only possible if it is readable, if it is actually for the job that you are applying for. Now, modern ATS systems have improved. They work on 2 things. First is keyword matching. As I said, ATS first matches the keyword. For example, if you have added scripting language in your resume, but the JD asks for Python or JavaScript. So if you have not added Python or JavaScript, you will get rejected. Second thing, the second layer is actually semantic search. What does semantic search do? It will actually understand the meaning of the word, meaning of the keyword as well, and it will find the most nearest word to that. So in this case, Python and scripting languages will be closer, but to get to this level, you actually have to clear the first one. From this, you should understand that the problem is not your skills. The problem is you are not able to comprehend your skills properly. You are not able to add them in your resume properly. And here is where HackATS is going to help you out. The third problem is you are just listing down your duties and not adding your achievements. Just for an example, responsible for managing a team and helping deliver features on time. This line says nothing, no skill, no outcome, no understanding of the role. It's just a plain line that means that you are managing a bunch of people, right? But Google even recommends to use the XYZ formula whenever you are writing your resume. You accomplished X measured by Y by doing Z. This is the way that you should add anything in your resume. Whenever you are writing any line on your resume, you should definitely check whether it is following this XYZ framework or not. Fourth problem, this also happens a lot of the time, that your format that you have chosen is not ATS friendly. The resume that you have added, either it's a 2-column resume which is not getting parsed, or there is a template that you have copied from Canva or someplace else which is not parsable by AI, and the keywords don't make sense. As I told you earlier, the first step whenever you submit your resume is it gets parsed by AI, by the ATS system, where the PDF or the Word file that you have submitted is actually converted into a text file, and the text file is then matched with your JD and you get a score. But if your resume is not getting parsed, you'll never get an interview call, because you will never clear the first step itself. And if you're using multiple tables, multiple charts, if you're using fancy fonts, if you're adding images, it's not going to be get parsed. Okay? You don't have to add pie charts, you don't have to add bar graphs, you just have to make a very simple 1-pager single column resume. Don't add any fancy stuff. Basic font, basic everything works, and this will also be done using HackATS. So now I'll take you through what HackATS is, how we have built it, what all knowledge we have transferred into this. You can definitely try it out. We have added some free credits for everyone. If you actually like it, then you can buy the subscription for as many resumes as you want to parse. As you can see, stop guessing and start getting interviews. This is HackATS. So let me walk you through the platform. First of all, the initial 10 credits are free. You can try it out. If you like it, you can get it for $4 a week or $9 a month. $9 a month is equivalent to 850 rupees a month, and you can get 166 tailored resume. You can apply to 166 jobs. So per job, it's going to be pretty cheap for you. You get 500 credits. You can see the maths internally, how these credits are used. So I'll show you my resume. I've tested it out with different type of jobs, different types of profiles. So as you can see, I'll sign in with the fresh ID so that I can show you how it actually works. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to upload your master resume. What does a master resume do? So whatever you have done in your life, if you are already a working professional who has worked at multiple companies, add all the projects that you have, add all the things that you have done. The master resume can be 4 pages, 5 pages, 6 pages, however long you want it to be. We have added specific prompts internally in the system so that the final output that you are going to get is a single page resume. So I've not created a master resume. I'll just add my single page resume and I'll show you how it actually works. You can click here, find your resume. Then you just have to click on continue. It will read through your resume and create a master resume page which you can then edit. And it's done. So now what I have already added my resume. Now you can just tailor your resume for a particular job description. I'll do this in front of you. So I have done a lot of things in the past. I've been a software engineer. I've ran my own company. So what we are going to do is we'll find a project manager role, which is going to be the most relevant for my skill set. I'll just search project manager. Okay. So we have a project manager for LinkedIn. Let's apply to this. Now what you have to do is you just have to copy the link, go to HackATS, click on tailor now, just paste the job description and click on continue. And you can do one more thing. When you are here, if you have added the extension, you can just click on this and it will capture the job description itself. You don't have to click anything, and when you click on tailor my resume, it will go to the backend and actually tailor your resume. I'll show this one with a different job profile. For example, I clicked on this, I'll go to HackATS, it will automatically capture it. I'll click on tailor my resume. It will analyze the job description and send a request, and it will create our resume in the backend. So from the first Netflix job ID, it found the required skills and some keywords. Let's then generate the tailor-made resume for this particular job profile. It will take some time. We'll go to the dashboard and you will see there are two things that are processing. The first one is the one that we added manually, and the second one is which was done using the browser extension that we have added. Apart from this, you can actually improve your LinkedIn as well. You can optimize your LinkedIn as we discussed in the first part of the video कि तुम्हारे LinkedIn से तुम्हारी chances of getting a job also increases. That's why we have added this inside the platform itself. You just have to paste your LinkedIn profile. I'll show you mine. I want to apply for senior project manager. I'll get my score. And it will then give me tips to actually optimize my LinkedIn as well. You can even create job descriptions. So as you can see, for senior project manager roles, it said that I need a lot of work. My current score is 58. And these are the things that I have to do. Plus, I can rewrite my whole profile if I click on generate rewrite. So as you can see, both our resume rewrites are already completed. For the first one, project manager launch, my ATS score went from 52% to 89%, which is just amazing. And I can even see what are the things that were changed. And as you can see here, it converted my resume into an ATS-friendly resume. You can edit this. It will also show you how it has changed everything. There is one thing which is not there, which is streaming services, and I actually cannot add this, but it has even suggested that. So as you can see, यहाँ पे streaming I can actually add, because Miles पे we did something similar. Content from social messaging and streaming platforms. So as YouTube is a streaming platform, you can technically add this, but I'm not going to add this, so I'll reject it. And whenever you reject anything, it will try to find you even better like suggestions that you can add. And if we go to the other one, and not just this, what you can do is you can even edit your resume. You can ask AI to do a bunch of things. You can ask AI to add something new, reduce something, whatever you want to do. Even you have the option to update the latex yourself. If you know how to write latex, you can use this. Or you can just edit these sections, add these sections, whatever you want to do. If you want to add anything more, if you feel there is something more to be added in your resume, you can do that. Even in this one, it updated my resume from 37% to 62%, which is 25% up. The resume strength is 93%. The problem is the role coverage. So these are the things that need to be added: Agile, Scrum, project governance, risk management, and similarly there are some preferred skills that can be added. So what we can do is either we can just add these skills, or we can update our pointers as well. As you can see, shipped user acquisition features contributing to 1.5 million plus active users, shipped user acquisition and customer onboarding features. So it added customer onboarding here, which actually makes sense. So I'll accept this and I'll apply the change. Once you apply the change, it will re-render the resume for you, and it will even update your ATS friendliness score. And also it will find you more ways to boost your resume. And as you can see, you can get the LinkedIn score for free. You don't need to pay anything for that. And apart from that, you can see all the credits that are required for each thing. Also, you can even optimize your LinkedIn profile. I'll show you how. So I'll just paste my LinkedIn. I'll say senior project manager. I'll get my score. I'll just click on generate full rewrite, and it will actually give me the exact things that I need to update in my LinkedIn profile to make my LinkedIn profile fit for this particular job role. So if you're applying for a software engineering role, you can just add software engineer there. If you're applying for a marketing manager, you can add marketing manager there, and it will help you rewrite your LinkedIn profile. As you can see, it's done. So my score will go from 58 to 85 if I add all these pointers. And you can just directly copy from here and paste it, and it's that simple. So if you want to try it out, just go to hackats.com or the link is in the description. As I told you, I've built this tool. It will do all the things that I've talked about in this video, and you should definitely try it out. You can rewrite your resume 150 times using this, and we have optimized all the things so that you will actually get callbacks. So I hope you guys like the video. If you guys like the video, do click on the like button. You can also download the ATS friendly resume. I'll add the link in the description. And once you get the 10 free credits, you can actually download a ATS friendly resume for your job profile that you can apply it with. But don't apply with the same resume to all the jobs as we discussed in this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.